Alright, so you know that video I uploaded a while back of me just walking around an old house from 2015? It's back. It's done. And, ooh, there's something that I was going to do. Yeah, I was gonna place some signs, telling what the name is and such. I can get to that later. But yeah, here it is. I've got the farm here as well. And, yeah. This pathway here, this little bridge as well. Just a very quick addition. I can always add more detail later on. But let's go inside and take a look. Just kind of take a look around at what I was building back in 2015. This is what it looked like. Asymmetry and everything. Yeah, because I rebuilt this entire base block for block, based off of every single detail that I could extract from that one video. I think that video is the only evidence that this base ever existed in the first place that's left. I know I recorded more back in the day, but yeah, that was the only video that was left. Everything else somehow was lost. Kind of nice to just slow down and take everything in here. I've been just kind of frantically running around for the past couple of days just trying to get this thing done. But now it is done. You can go outside here to this balcony. And once again, just like in the last base build video, I have placed it in my first world that I ever created in Minecraft. The world, of course, that was originally created as a Pocket Edition world, but then brought over to PC early last year. And yeah. These are some new chunks that I had to go out and generate to find a place for this base. It's not the exact same kind of terrain and everything, but it's pretty close. There's a resemblance. But yeah, in the original video, you could see that there was a giant boat somewhere over here. There was also a tree farm over here. And all this water should be an ocean. But I decided, well, I first tried ocean-based locations, but nothing just seemed quite right. And ironically, this place, out in the middle of the woods, was the best location. And I guess that simply has to do with all of the tamer terrain generation. Let's go into spectator mode so you can see what I'm talking about here. Yeah, so this is the surrounding forest. We've got some deep slate representing what will become the extension of the overroute highway system that I've got connecting everything up in my world. And over in the distance, that's the ocean. And of course, now it starts to rain. And yeah, I can be quite picky about terrain location. Like you see this little mound over here. This was actually a candidate, and come to think of it, it would have worked really well. But the reason why I rejected this location is because it was right next to a swamp, and I'm not exactly a fan of swamps. Here, let's turn the weather to clear. That way, see, does OBS lag when it rains? Okay, yeah, now everything's running a little more smoothly. Let's take a look here. 50 frames per second, okay. And then we'll turn the rain on. Okay, frame rate in the game is consistent, but yeah, OBS is lagging a little more. That may have to do partially due to the fact that I've got other programs running at the same time. I've got my editor open in Discord and browser and such. I don't know if that affects anything, but yeah. Anyways, I'm not. I work with technology all the time, but I don't know how it works. Oh, these are some cool little hills over here. This would be a cool little place. You know, you could you could have a room in each of these mounds, and then have little bridges connecting them. And then there's another one over here. Oh, that'd be really cool, actually. Yeah, there we go. Add that to the list of 18 or so Minecraft projects that I've got going on. Ah, well, at least it's uploaded to YouTube videos, so whenever I find myself burnt out and or out of ideas, there we go. Watch some old videos, I can inspire myself again. Anyways, getting sidetracked, we're talking about this house here. Suppose I should talk a little bit about it as the sun starts to set. This base incorporated daylight sensors. Yeah, I call them daylight sensors. I know they're called daylight detectors nowadays, but I still call them daylight sensors because that's I'm just that's what I'm used to calling them. Turn it back to survival. Oh yeah, you saw the lamps just turn on as the sun is setting. I really like this feature. But yeah, up here we've got this loft thing going on here. A double bed, the enchanting room, and I had a chest either side. One held lapis, and the other one held all of my enchanted books and such, or books to be enchanted. A system kind of like that. Oh yeah, those redstone lamps aren't hooked up to daylight detectors, and I don't know how to go about that without messing up the look of the base, so yeah, they'll just remain inactive. I really like this storage system over here. It's centralized, and yeah, it's not the most efficient at all. If I were to do a reimagining of this base, it would be like, I don't know, 6 times more efficient or something like that. But even as it stands, it's nice because I didn't need many chests back in 2015. Nowadays, it seems like you gotta have lots and lots of storage going on, and yeah, I don't know. And I think that's mostly due to the fact that there are more blocks. We've got a map over here, just like there was in the original world. I like this biome. This is cool. All the little lakes and ponds and rivers and such. Why is OBS lagging so much? I'm not used to seeing it lag this much. Maybe I should just close some of this other stuff that I've got going on. That's slightly better. This room is actually based on a childhood bedroom. It was like I shared a room with my brother, and so we had a bed each, and we had I guess this represents that we had a dresser each, and we also had, this is supposed to represent the closet. Not very detailed at all, very abstract, but I knew what it represented. Lots of greenery surrounding this dome, and I like this scenery much better than the original world. The original world just had sand. This is the brewing station. The last video that I uploaded, Success in the Nether, I was going to the Nether to find blaze rods for these specific stands. And I discovered, after I'd finished recording, that I actually needed 5 blaze rods, not more, because the 5th blaze rod would go in an item frame here. I had a block representing each dimension here. This is where the end block will go. I think it's called endstone or something like that. Netherrack goes here, representing the nether, of course, and dirt representing the overworld. And the item frames, or whatever block went here, would represent a boss that was defeated. So the dragon egg would go here, And the other major boss was the Wither. Uh, Now, I fought the Wither in the overworld, so I thought, okay, well, the Wither Star will go here. But now I'm thinking, would it actually make more sense to go here? Because it's made out of stuff that you have to go to the Nether in order to obtain. But, I don't know, this is where the Blaze Rod would go. So, if I decide to put the Wither Star here instead of the Blaze Rod, then what would I put here? I suppose, with the newer updates, a drop from the Warden would go here. I'm in no shape to fight the Warden, though. That thing scares the daylights out of me. But I suppose a Warden would go here, or a drop from the Wardens. I think what's called a Skulk something, or a Skulk something or other would go here instead. I don't know, but if I were to treat the Deep Dark like its own thing, then I would have to place a Skulk block instead of dirt. So I don't know. It's weird. I'll think about that. One thing's for sure, though. I definitely got to go to the end one of these days. It's not a priority for me, but I'm sure it'll happen sooner or later. And then we go out on this balcony. OBS is still laggy. Never mind. Yeah. Empty space. Would anything go here? Would anything fit here? I like to imagine that this would actually be a really cool spot to hang out. So I've got some tables and chairs, and maybe some kind of barbecue thing going on in the corner. That'd be cool. Yeah. Whoop. Shutting the door in my face. Granted, if I were to turn this area into a hangout spot, then I might have to put some curtains up here. Because that's where I sleep. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's go downstairs. I also like this room here, too. Nice little sunroom. This house, overall, is more or less based on another house that I knew when I was a kid. One that my grandparents lived in. The layout is not exactly the same as the layout of this base. No, I configured this base to my needs, but it had a little loft that ran along the top here. It had kind of an open ceiling thing going on. I think the kitchen was here, the living room was here, and then somewhere over here there was a sunroom like this without the skylights. Yeah, the skylights are my addition. I really, really like skylights. That house also didn't have a crafting room. And, yeah, you know, I always had to make one of these, right? I think, thinking back to, the base that I built before I built this one, the deleted 2015 base. Well, I guess these are both deleted 2015 bases, but whatever. In the crafting room, I used oak logs to run as the beams that ran along the ceiling, but I may have just used oak planks instead. Yeah, I definitely have a little bit of a knack for detailing nowadays. Okay, this is the one room that I actually did not go to in that old recording, so I had to guess. And I had to go off of memory what actually went in here. I'm pretty sure it had a polished diorite floor. I knew it had granite countertops because I could see that in the recording. And it had a furnace over here. And then this, man, I just didn't know. I knew there were slabs, but what those slabs held, they definitely weren't barrels. Barrels didn't come out to 1.14. And I think I had that old world up until 1.9, and then the computer died, and so I lost that world forever. And I don't know what this loom is doing here either, but it kind of made sense. In a weird way, it kind of looks like an oven. And then this is the stovetop here. I don't know, maybe. I also knew it had tables and chairs, and I knew that table had, what are these? These are, yeah, pressure plates, oak pressure plates. Yeah, I don't do pressure plates when making tables nowadays unless they're just one by one. Otherwise, I just do trapdoors. And then this room is just kind of a nothing room here. It just has a staircase. And this lever right now does nothing. For now. I'll rig it at some point, but that'll be off camera. And that's really all there is to it. It's very cool to, for me, to walk around in something that I had built, well, something that I had designed 9 years ago. I just finished building this today, but yeah, it's really neat. I've got more bases that I want to do. I don't have any screenshots or videos, so those will have to be soft reimaginings, kind of like what I did with the first base. So yeah, I'm just gonna take my time with those. But yeah, that should be cool. And then later, I'll get into some of the more recent bases that I built. And the whole point of this project is just kind of seeing how my build style has changed over time. I think it's a pretty cool idea. And then we'll just kind of see what happens from there. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I'm going to go expand the overroute system a little bit. Turn that into an actual roadway instead of just a bunch of floating slabs. And I'll see you guys later.